Hey, and I think we're live. So I hope all you amazing people on YouTube and joining us today for March Strapi community call are doing amazing. So welcome. Glad to have you all here. And today I'm super duper excited for many reasons, so I can't wait to talk about the big announcement. But today we're also going to have a very cool guest. Let me quickly introduce him just for a minute, and then we'll come back. But we have Cameron here. He's going to be with us talking about some cool stuff he's doing and why you should all be involved in our community. So, hey, Cameron, welcome to the stream. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Nice. So I'm very excited to have you share what you have done and talk to you later today. But for the moment, I'll send you back to the green room, do the the thing that I have to do, and then I'll bring you back. But I'm super excited for the amazing thing you made. So if you're thinking of leaving the stream, folks, no, you got to stay and watch what Cameron's going to talk about. And so I'll see you in a bit. And for the community call, what has been happening? So this is March community call. Normally we do these every fourth Thursday of every month, but today we're going to make a special announcement. By the way, let us know in the chat how you all are doing, where you are coming from, how's the weather, how's everything else going, because we love to hear from you. Part of this community call, that's why we do it. I would love to have everybody on all at once so we can have an amazing conversation. But let's get into it. So many cool things that we've been doing. I have too many screens open. I don't know what I'm looking at. So community call March 23rd. Man, I can't even think. I'm so excited. We're going to talk about what's been happening. We're going to talk about one big, huge feature that's new in 4.7.0 and what that means to you. We're going to talk about big announcement. Don't spoil the surprises if you know the answer. And then we're going to talk to Cameron about cool things he's been doing, why you should be involved in the community. Super excited today. Super awesome. So say hello in the chat. I see we have, oh my gosh, if I mispronounce some of the names, I see Derek's here saying excited for Cameron. Nice. Derek, by the way, if you don't know who he is like the OG DevRel / solution engineer / I'm going to say full stack developer, even though he's not going to like that because he considers himself, we're not going to even get into it, but he's so involved in the community. I'm sure you had a bunch of your questions answered by him if you're engaged in the community. We have Abdul Rahman. I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name, joining us from Nigeria. So welcome. We have folks from France. Alexander, what's up? Great to have you here. Super awesome. And Gianfranco saying hello. And again, if I'm mispronounce the names, I'm so sorry. My last name is kind of hard too, Bertzlavsky. So I totally get it, but I apologize. So let's get into it. And if you have any comments or questions, we will do Q&A at the end, but you could always throw them in the chat here. So what's been happening? So first I want to kind of do like a whole big thing of what have we done, all the cool features and improvements that we have made. And I'm so amazed to share them. We have media library folders and list view, API tokens, which is super amazing, logo customization, dark mode for all of you who want to be on the dark side and do everything in dark mode, like your browser, your app, everything. We have in-app marketplace. We also have Strapi marketplace website to which you could create amazing plugins that you could share with the world, including custom fields. We started implementing TypeScript in our project. Is it 100% done? No, it's not, but it's on the way. So I know all of you TypeScript lovers are excited. I just recently kind of in the process of converting, but I guess TypeScript is the biggest rage. And well, TypeScript is important. We could have a discussion about it. And custom fields, really amazing. And relations and dynamic zones, reordering, data import export, our DEITS feature, which we're going to talk a little bit more about today. And our RBAC, which is our role-based access control, is coming to Community Edition. If you weren't aware, that was something that was only available in the Enterprise Edition, and it's going to be available for the community. So I see so many wonderful people saying hello. So let me say hello. Hey, great to have you here. Nice. Oh my goodness, I would not know how to pronounce your name. I'll say Elvis. Great to have you here. Tiago, awesome to have you here. Simon, Simon is, again, another amazing community member, and we have some huge announcements with Simon. He is going to be joining the Strapi team starting Monday. I'm so excited to have him on our solution squad. And again, he's saying, yep, TypeScript. Yep, we got Northern Chip saying hello. Sky newly covered in the clouds. Yes, maybe. Let's see here. And then, my gosh, S mismo Bruno. Hi, everyone. Well, hello, and welcome. So we're going to continue and keep the chat moving. Love to hear everybody here. And let's see. We talked about this stuff. By the way, if you have not been aware, we have amazing events on Discord all the time. Open office hours, so Monday through Friday. Not saying that, you're probably sick and tired of hearing my voice all the time, but Derek and I and a lot of our community members hang out on Discord in open office hours, Monday through Friday, 12:30 p.m. CST. So jump in, share your stories. If you have questions, we like to answer. It could be about anything, but typically it's about Strapi, things that you're working on, things that you may be struggling with. And if you're always looking to level up your Strapi development skills, focusing on intermediate and advanced topics, we have our Strapi development best practices every third Wednesday of every month. It's 1 p.m. CST time. By the way, if you missed previous session, the cool thing, you could see the pre-recorded live streams available on Discord. And we're also in the process going through those streams and recording mini YouTube videos that we share on YouTube as well. And if you're not on Discord, man, you gotta go join Discord. That's where the party is. That's where it's all been happening. And no excuses. If you want to get in touch with someone, open office hours Monday to Friday, 12:30 p.m. CST. We have a lot of people coming in talking about everything, including positive criticism, which we all appreciate here at Strapi. And so you could also get all this information on the events page. If you kind of forget all the things that are happening, go to strapi.io/events, and that's that. So what's new in Strapi 4.7.0? So if you've been following us along, the biggest thing has been DEITS, which is our data export import transfer system, I'm assuming. You can now, the new feature that we added in 4.7.0, you're now able to transfer data to your remote instance of Strapi. And we'll do a brief demo a little bit later today. So previously, in previous versions, you were able to export your data from your project. You were able to import data locally to your project. Now, using transfer data push, you are able to push that data to another remote instance of Strapi. And in 4.8.0, we're going to have the ability to pull data, which will now, once everything is done after 4.8.0, you'll be able to import, export, push data to your remote instance of Strapi and pull data, which will cover all your backup, makes things a lot easier, and will also help with migration if you ever have to migrate your project when Strapi.5 comes out and so on. So really, really cool, really excited for this feature. So why am I so excited today? Like, I literally was going to sing that song. I'm so excited, and I can't, I probably shouldn't sing, right? And so what is the big announcement? You could speculate in the comments. If you know the answer, please don't share it unless if you want to ruin everybody's fun. But I don't know if this was like the perfect gift to use. It kind of looks confused. Like, what's the announcement? What are you talking about? What is going to happen? So throw in the chat. I'd like to hear. Probably a bunch of you already know the answer, which is cool. It's all good. But I'm going to wait. 10, 9. Come on, chat. Come on. 8, 7, something. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. What's the big reveal? It's Strapi Cloud. You probably already knew this. Probably didn't. Yes. Strapi Cloud. I'm so super excited. I'm glad this has been such a huge project. Congratulations to everybody on the Strapi team. I mean, everybody's been working so hard. It, really shows. And it's amazing that finally we have Strapi Cloud available. And if you all want to go ahead and try it, you could go to strapi.io/cloud, and I'll share the link, or if someone wants to throw the link in the chat, fantastic. And I see, yes, Derek, thank you. He shared Strapi Cloud is now available blog post where you could get all the details. But let's do a quick overview. Strapi Cloud is amazing because it's not just about, like, it is literally going to be the best and easiest solution if you're looking to deploy your project your Strapi project. It'll by far, it's going to be the easiest way to do that. It will abstract away all the deployment and hosting complexity without compromising on Strapi's unique customization, content management capability. So what that means is like you'll be able to build your project locally, do all the customization, and literally with 2 clicks, you'll be able to push it to the cloud and done, which is amazing. And we're going to take a look at that a little bit today, which is really, really amazing. Let me check the comments. Fantastic. Everybody's doing amazing. Really, really cool. And so it solves a lot of like things like easy deployment. We support, Postgres SQL database. You will also be able to point to an external database. We have an email, provide a CDN, real-time logs, and email and in-app notifications. Pretty awesome. So if you look at the pricing, I'm going to literally hit the elephant in the room here. Some people say $99 a month. Oh my gosh. Like for someone like me who just wants to host my personal project in the cloud, that's a lot of money. And $99 a month, this is our pro tier. And we decided to start with a pro tier because we want to target more of the small business owners to get the project going, because we wanted to get that initial support, because you have to understand as a Strapi, as a company, to be honest, we have the community edition absolutely free for life. But we are a business, we need to make money. So our team had to make a call to be like, what will be the best entry point for us to get into the cloud? So we're able to get people on cloud, be able to also create revenue to continue working like we're doing. And so we're starting with this pro level tier. We also have our team tier, but we will have a hobby tier coming down the road in the future. And there's a great article that I will also share with you that you could learn more about it. I believe it's actually in the article that Derek shared in the chat. Everything is explained there. So just in case, if you're like, man, the price, we totally understand. We knew this was going to be a thing, and we are doing our best, and it's all going to come down the road. And so you could have a breakdown here to see what everything covers. And if you ever have any questions about cloud, join the Discord server, come to the open office hours, chat with us, or just ask your questions on Discord. We will also show another way that you could ask questions if you're having issues with the cloud. But here's the breakdown, what you get from the pro version, how many seats you have, number of CMS entries that you have, and so on. And you could see all of this information on our pricing page and so on. And you have included emails, where in the pro plan, you're able to send 1,000 emails a month. And so let's continue here. And so what is planned for the future of cloud? And we're going to have in-app notification. You'll be able to select the region, custom domains, automatic backups, email, in-app notification. Yep, I mentioned that before. So that is all going to be coming, and we're going all in the cloud. And so we're going to work to make this to be the best experience for our community, for our users. And so we really want to hear your feedback, and definitely let us know how things are going. And you could check out Strapi Cloud right now. Let me switch your browsers. If you go to strapi.io, and you could go to the cloud section, you could literally go down here, click the button that we have here. I scroll too fast. You scroll too fast. You could discover the plans. You could get started, request a trial. It's going to take you. Now, I already have an account. This is why I'm able to log in to Strapi Cloud. But just in case you try to log in, we do have, I believe the cap is going to be 50 trials per day. So if you try to sign up and you see a message saying we have reached the limit, try the next day. We try to do everything in kind of sections to make sure that things are easier for us. But here you are. This is your dashboard in the cloud. If you're wanting to kind of see and have an overview of how to deploy your first project, how to use the transfer in 4.7.0, that release that I will demo today for you for sure, of how to move your data to the cloud. I made a YouTube playlist. Let me throw it in the chat and share it here, so you can check out the videos of how to deploy your first project, admin overview, where to find all the different menus, thing means, and check everything else out. And again, if I stopped talking is because I can't think and talk at the same time, if a lot of you haven't noticed that. So let me see the playlist for Strapi Cloud here is shared with all of you. Here you go in the comments. Yes, and let me actually quickly take a look in the chat here. See here, nice chat is happening. And let's see. Okay. So, yep, the starting price is very high. I hope you understand our logic. I know we can't keep and make everybody happy all at once, but believe me, we definitely heard the community and we knew this was going to be a thing going in, and we are going to work on creating those hobby tiers and so on. Alexander, this is a great thing to consider. Maybe 100,000 entries for a short company. Well, for a small company might be short. And as I'm not sure if you saw in the pricing, you will be able to, let me go back to my slides here. I believe my slides. Let's see here. There's a quick question. I'll have to follow up with that. I wonder if there's going to be like per cost to, if you exceed or can you exceed 100 entries, and there might be like additional, cost that's added per number of data entries that you exceeded to your 99-month plan. So I will definitely find that out for you. Good question. I didn't prepare myself as I thought I was going to be prepared. So let's see. And yeah, so I see Derek's answering some of the questions. Fantastic. SAP Live says the price is reasonable. I would have a price in the same compared with the competitors. It's still cheaper, even though it's not freemium yet. Yeah, and 100%. You got to think and consider those thoughts. You take a look at other CMS providers who also have cloud offerings. We are very similarly priced, and we're literally trying to make sure that we're doing what everybody else in the market is doing to stay competitive as a company. And we made the decision to start with this pro plan. And again, I said, like, this is a more target for like small business owners. So like when I look at these pricing, like if somebody said to me, Paul, like, hey, I need a website, I need it to be hosted easily, blah, blah, blah. Can you make something for me? I'm working for a client. This $100 a month, like cost, like this is something I would bill my client that I'm working. Now, where does this become a problem? I have a personal project, right? I just want to have a place to host it. Well, for my personal project, me paying $99 a month. Well, I'm personally going to do it just because that's me, but I could see how that's going to be a concern, right? And so please understand, when we say $99 a month, we're not targeting you, the hobbyist, right? We are going to have the hobbyist plan because we understand that's too much. It's more for people that are working with customers. They're able to push this cost along to the person whose website they're building and project they're building. And so it's for more, small business websites, agencies that building projects with Strapi, where they're able to incorporate this cost into what they're charging their client. And that was the decision we made, just to, again, to make sure that we continue to move forward and continue to stay profitable, because as an open source company, like our community, self-hosted option will always be available. Strapi will always be free, and it's amazing software that you don't have to pay anything. And so we have to make compromises. Well, how do we offset the free stuff that we offer with this ability to also be profitable as a company? And we made the call to, hey, we're going to start with the pro and the team pricing first. And I hope you understand our decisions. And I see, yeah, and I see for a basic solution, Heroku costs $12 a month. And and 100%, there's many things to consider. I told you that's a reasonable comment to make. And for a personal project, yeah, I would, okay, $12 makes sense. But when it comes to like a business, we want to make sure we have, a certain uptime. I could make a promise, hey, your project will always be live. You're not going to have problems in deployment and stuff like that. So you have to, as a consumer, you have to make a decision, like what project you're building, what is the return on investment of that project, and what is the easiest solution for you, and make that decision. I know for a lot of small businesses, they don't want, like, by doing Strapi Cloud, they won't have to hire like a DevOps team. You don't have to hire or think about all these other options that people just don't want to think about. They just want to build their product. They want to have a place where they're able to host their website, and they just want to worry about their business. And that's the solution here. And it might not be you, but just please understand, we heard all the concerns. And as we continue to work on the cloud and release things, our goal is to make those hobbyist plans that you are talking about. So very, very valid point. And I'm glad that we're having this, we're having this discussion. And is when you try to log in, it like keeps giving you errors. It might be like if you're new and you haven't created an account yet, there might be, we have a limit of how many people we are willing to admit per day. So we might have reached that limit, like I mentioned before. If you have any other questions, you could email us. I believe it's support@strapi.io. Derek, correct me if I'm wrong, if it's any other error outside of like what I just mentioned. And we go here. Yep, and here's like to Derek's point. Thank you. I'm glad that Derek's here, and this is one of the reasons like why like the difference between something like $12 a month plan versus what we're doing is you get a PG database. We provide email, S3 object storage, all production level ready with fault tolerance and load balancing, and that's the extra kind of support. And I don't have to worry about it. Is what you're paying for, and that's kind of like what it is. And like I said, is this plan going to be right for everybody? And the answer is no. And we know this. I know you know it. And like I said before, this is where we're starting, but it doesn't mean this is where we're going to be. We're still going to create eventually down the road that community hobbyist offering. Yeah, and that's exactly like what I mentioned. I'm unable to log into Strapi Cloud with GitHub and get message saying maximum new registration exceeded for a day. What's that about? That's exactly what I mentioned before. I believe we allow right now 50 people per day to sign up. It's just we want to make sure, because we just released Strapi Cloud, we want to do it in a wave. So I know it's like seems like it is an inconvenience, but come back the next day and try. We actually had so many people that wanted to join that it's like exceeded our expectations, which is really, really, really awesome. Yeah, and that's yes, and that's exactly what it is. It's this limit. So we apologize for that, and so on. A great conversation in the chat. And no, you're and Derek is helping out with all the questions. Thank you, Derek. Yep, the fantastic. And so, yes. At the moment, I don't have a clear prediction. I just know it's in a roadmap. Again, we just recently released Cloud literally yesterday, but it is there and we'll keep you posted, Sven, for sure. And thank you, Derek, for clarifying. That is the temporary limit, just making sure that we don't fall into something like Reddit, hub of death with new users. So hopefully this is not going to last as long. Again, please remember, Strapi Cloud's been out for 2 days, okay? But we love the fact that everybody's jumping on and doing stuff. So let's we talked about all this. I want to do a quick demo here, which I'm going to show you the cloud dashboard. And we're going to talk about how to use the new feature in 4.7.0 to transfer your files to your cloud instance. So let me go here. Yep, let me share this link here. Here's an announcement of all the features in Strapi 4.7.0. So let me just kind of do the clear here. Here's a lot of people are wondering about RBAC, role-based access control. And in this article here, why are we releasing? Well, it's titled Announcing Changes in the Strapi Enterprise Plan. It might affect some of you. But the most important part is what's the difference between not what's the difference, where I'm scrolling too much. Why are we releasing the role-based access control feature in Community Edition? If you're wondering the answer for that question, let me throw that article in there, giving you helpful stuff here. And okay, so here I am in my cloud instance. I have a project already deployed here. And if I go visit my app I thought I had it open already. Where's my, here we go. Here we go. I already had it open. Let me go back here. So if I visit my app, and here's my application in production in Strapi Cloud, literally 2 clicks, and I'm here. If you look at the content manager here, we have articles, no data, authors, no data, category, no data, about global, no data. And so I want to move data from my local instance to my Strapi Cloud account running here. And as we could see here, here's my local version of running and localhost 1337 Strapi. I do have articles, I do have authors, categories, and so on. I have all my data. So I want to take this data and I want to move it to Strapi Cloud. So if you're migrating, let's say, because this feature is included in 4.7.0, let's say if you migrated from 4.6.2, one thing to keep in mind here, where's my code editor, is that if you're not starting with a clean 4.7.0 project, you're going to have to go to your admin and you're going to have to add this transfer token because it is required. So if you, let's say, just migrated your project for 4.6.2.0 and then you are trying to and then you migrate to 4.7.0 and you're pushing it to the cloud, you might get an error. Hey, we're missing the transfer token salt. So make sure that you have it in as env variable, and more importantly, in your cloud dashboard under settings, under variables. And again, this is a demo project, so I know I'm kind of exposing everything here, but I'm going to change it as soon as after the live stream. You need to make sure you add your transfer token salt variable. And once that's done, you are all set. You're ready to do the process. So how is this done? So I'm going to stop my server here and clear my screen. And so what we're going to do, we now have this amazing command that you could run by yarn strapi transfer. And we'll do -- help here to kind of see all the options available. And basically this will tell you the few flags that we have available at the moment. So you will add the to flag and you would provide your remote. So it will be my Strapi URL. So wherever my URL is hosted here, /admin. So, and then I will provide that token. So let's start the process first, and then we'll create the token. So to transfer the data, I'm going to use yarn strapi transfer to command. And again, I'm going to include my URL where my site is hosted, and make sure you do /admin. That's very important. When you hit enter, it is going to say, please provide your transfer token. You need to create it. So how do we do this? Let's take a look. Here I am in my cloud project. I'm going to go to settings. Here we go, transfer token. I already created one. I'm going to delete it, show you how to do it again. Create a new transfer. I'm going to call it token, because I'm too lazy to type. You could select from 7 days, 30 days, 90 days, unlimited, whatever it is. Let's do 7 days, save. Make sure you copy paste your token because you will never see it again once you save. I did copy and paste, I save it. And so now inside my terminal here, I'm going to paste in that token. Now, it's going to give you a very important message here, which says the transfer will delete all data in your remote database and media files. Are you sure you want to proceed? And yes, we want to proceed. We're going to click enter, yes, and enter. It's going to start the transfer, and it's going to take all my local files, images, all the data, and it's going to transfer it to my cloud instance, which is pretty amazing. And again, right now you're able to import, export, which is what you do locally if you want to dump your data from your database to store locally on your computer that you could use as backup. But if you want to push things to a remote instance of Strapi, you're using our transfer protocol. At the moment, we only have the push, and then in 4.8.0, we're going to have the pull. So that's what we demonstrated. We demonstrated transfer pushing data. And here it shows me all the things that were moved over from my local instance to my Strapi cloud instance. So now when I go to my cloud instance here, content manager, and boom, all of a sudden you see all our articles here. You see our authors, categories, our about page, and global, and so on, which is pretty awesome. And again, if you have any questions, yes, and a very important point here, like please, and sometimes it speaks so fast, I forget all the things I want to say. So I'm glad Derek is here as well. DEITS does also work for self-hosted project as well, not just the cloud. Exactly. You could point to another instance that you're running locally and transfer files as well, which is pretty awesome. And thank you, Alexander. It is really awesome feature and something that we really were excited to announce. And again, we support everybody in the community for all the amazing help, our users. Please know we're working really hard at Strapi to make this be the best CMS, not just for developers, but content managers as well. And so now let me go back here. Let me check the chat. Any other questions? Yes, indeed, it was 100% needed for the longest time, like Derek is mentioning. So now I want to get. I know it's fun. I know it's like super exciting to chat about, the cloud is just super huge, but I'm just as excited at the fact that Strapi has the best, I'm going to say it here right now, community ever. I'm just going to say it. Like, am I right? Am I wrong? I think I'm right. Our community members think I'm right. So now we're going to do community showcase. I'm going to bring back Cameron because I want to chat about the community, giving back, and cool stuff that he has done. So let me bring Cameron on right now. And hey, Cameron, how you doing? You're on live with us. Thank you for waiting. We appreciate you here.
Hello, how's it going?
Pretty good. So let me start first. Let's start with you. Have you introduce yourself and talk about how long have you been involved in the community and why did you join? Why did you start?
Yeah, my name is Cameron, of course. I joined the community. I first heard about Strapi when they announced their Series A, but I was more active in the Discord probably beginning of 2022, so a bit over a year now. And I've been a software engineer for about 6 years. I started in 2016, and I just love building like cool stuff. I've been contributing to Strapi. I've been working on adding Cockroach DB. I've been making plugins and things along those lines. So yeah, that's me and what I do.
Yeah, let me ask you a question because there's lots of people of different levels of like technical knowledge, and sometimes people feel hesitant of starting to contribute to community. Like from your perspective, how would you recommend someone can get involved and some tips that you could give them?
Yeah, specifically with Strapi, I would recommend joining the Discord. We have calls basically every single day. I'm in the open office hours, even beyond when open office hours is usually scheduled. You can come and talk. You can just ask what you want to build. You can also look at the GitHub issues. You can look at the tag good first issue, and that will allow you to see, okay, what's pretty easy for us to start with, and make a PR to get started with contributing.
Nice. And another thing that I didn't even think of, but it's actually a really good way, like maybe you might not be comfortable even doing your first issue, but one thing like you can do, like let's say you're using our documentation and you find something that's not clear or you want better explanation, and any PR that you could do to help us improve our documentation is also welcome as well. And so that's another way that you could get started, fairly simple. But you've done some cool stuff. But the latest thing you built a little Easter egg for Strapi
Yes,
docs, which was pretty awesome. So do you want to talk about it and give us a quick demo? We won't spoil the complete surprise in terms of how to do it, but you could maybe drop a hint. And if you want to share your screen, that'll be awesome.
Go ahead and share my screen. I've never used StreamYard before, so
no worries.
Bear with me. Gotcha.
Yeah, and so let me make sure here, and I'll tell you when it's on. Here it is. It's working. But beautiful. Right. Everybody could see the screen. Nice.
So the Easter egg is in the documentation site. I'm not going to tell you exactly how to do it, but one hint I will give is it does involve the Konami code. So if you know that, if you don't, use Google. It's your friend. And basically, it is Atari Breakout, but within the Strapi documentation, and each of the bricks is one of the contributors on Strapi, and right now we have every single contributor that has ever pushed to the main Strapi repo. So if you want your profile picture on here, go ahead and open the PR and get that merged into main. For instance, you can see me right here. If you hover over it, you can like zoom in on each person. And if you click enter, you can go ahead and play the game like that. And then if you win, you get a surprise. You'll have to win to find out. But yeah, that's pretty much how you play. And it took me about 2 days to build. And yeah, I think it's probably one of the coolest Easter eggs, especially one of the coolest Easter eggs that a headless CMS has.
100%. I think that added the cool factor like 1000% to our docs. So it's like really, really, really awesome. And the coolest part is that not only it's a cool Easter egg, is that you're throwing like, you're highlighting all the people that are contributing. And so that is a cool way to encourage people, hey, contribute to Strapi. You're going to see your picture getting involved. This is pretty awesome. So that is really, really, really cool. So what other like things for Strapi do you have in the works? Like, or cool ideas?
Yeah, so Cockroach DB, I have that support coming hopefully soon. Hopefully we'll have an experimental version in March. And I'm working on some plugins, which I'm going to keep secret for now. But I do have the Forms plugin, and I most recently announced my Redcron plugin, which allows you to do like single instance cron jobs when you're horizontally scaling Strapi. And then I've also been working on improving the docs as well.
That is so awesome. So I love, like, every time I chat with you, you're always coming up with cool new things to add to Strapi. And I believe that's like, if someone had to tell me what is the biggest superpower of Strapi, and I would say is that ability to customize and extend it either through plugins, providers, and so on. So if someone is, let's say, they're like, there's like, what's that expression? On the, I can't think right now, but they're like on the fence. They're like, oh, should I get involved in the Strapi community? Should I try to build a plugin? Should I try, like, what would your answer be to them? And tips?
Obviously, I'm biased. I think yes, everyone should join. And if you're like a bit concerned about like talking, if you have like a bit of a fear of like just talking to random people, you can just join. There's a lot of people who join and they don't talk. You can talk through the chat as well. So it's not like you need to have a camera and a mic and everything. You can just join. You can hear the different conversations we have. Typically it's Paul and Derek who are on, but a lot of the times we'll have other people from Strapi, like Marco, and we had Jim on, I think, yesterday as well. So you can basically ask questions, not just about your personal project, but the overall direction of Strapi as well.
Yeah, and one thing I was going to say, sometimes people jump on in Discord, they might be hesitant to ask questions. Sometimes they ask questions and they might not get an answer right away in the forum. And please understand, like, you know, Strapi Discord is community driven, and people there, like, they ask and answer questions when they can. So you might not get the response right away. Hence, this is why we have the open office hour. That's Monday through Friday, 12:30 p.m. CST. Just because Derek and I in the US, we just try to find the best time, and that happens to be it. That there's no excuse if you really want to talk to someone or have a question or have a concern or want to talk about, you know, constructive criticism. Hopefully you're always welcome to jump on and take advantage of that. And so, yeah, that's really awesome. And I love what you've been doing in the community. Bogey and a lot of, like, you know, Daedalus and so many others are contributing so much. And we would like to get more people involved. And with that being said, I just want to say, like, thank you for sharing that with us. I'll have you stay on the rest of the stream. So if you want to, like, add stuff, feel free to say whatever, but we're going to quickly mention upcoming events, and then we're going to chat about Q&A before we end the stream. So upcoming events, and the one that I want to mention is every third week of every month on Wednesday. Every third Wednesday of every month probably would have been a clear way to say it. We have Strapi Best Practices. It has my name on it, but it's mostly Derek because he has a wealth of knowledge that we want to share. And it's not just him sharing what are the Strapi best practices. The fact that it's a two-way communication because they're held live, you're able to ask questions. And if you have your own best practice that you want to share with the community, we always love to hear. And they do get recorded and saved on our Discord. So you could always, if you miss them, rewatch them. And this is to answer a lot of people like asking like, I looked at some blogs on strapi.io. We see, there's definitely a good variety of blog posts. Some are beginner friendly, and we want even more intermediate advanced topics than this best practices for you. The goal of this is to level up everybody as a developer that works with Strapi, and more importantly, teach you the intermediate advanced topics of customizing, how to do certain things that you will be working in real project. So definitely take advantage of that. It's amazing. And so now let's open it to Q&A, and let's see if you have any questions in the chat. I'm not saying I'm going to have all the answers, but we'd love to hear and your questions and talk about it. So don't be shy in the chat. Let's see it. Let's see. I'm going to actually scroll up, see if there's other questions. I think Derek's been hitting all the questions, but we would love to see all of you get involved. So the question we have, and I might not have this answer specifically, so Derek, if you do know it, let us know. But in case you missed it, about the region selection, will there be France or Europe one soon? Also, is this possible to switch after we launch in NYC? My goodness. I love this. I'll let Paul answer the question. And my answer would be, I don't have that information at the moment. And yep, the new regions will be coming soon, but I do not have the detailed date of when it's going to happen. Again, we just released Strapi Cloud literally two days ago.
I believe it's for general release on April 30th.
Yeah. Thank you. Awesome. And so let's see, any more questions? Let's see here. I see let's see. Do you have any questions, Cameron? You always have suggestions and ideas.
Not right now. I've tried Cloud during the beta. Seems very good. I'll probably continue to try it out now that it is released to the public.
Yeah, speaking of Cloud, let me quickly show you here. So let's say once I know we right now doing 50 people per day. Hopefully that's a temporary limit. Once you get your project going, I want to mention this again here. Because Strapi literally has been out for 2 days, like anything new that's being released, you might run into issues. Don't hesitate to use the help section here. You can go ahead and scroll through some suggested articles that may answer your questions. But if let's say it's like, no, I need like your help, please open up a support ticket, tell the reason, like the subject, the type of an issue, it's a bug, give a best description that you can, because the better your description, the more the more it helps us. I just saw Pierre Noel's comment here. Let me address this quickly. He says the Easter egg doesn't work with AZERTY keyboards. I have to type Q instead of A, and that is the solution. Thank you, Pierre, for sharing that, because we don't want people to miss out on the fun of using that amazing plugin Easter egg Cameron did. But yes, come back to helping us to improve the cloud experience as quickly as possible. Create an issue and submit an issue to our support, submit a ticket, because the more things we get up front, the faster our team could start improving, the process of the cloud 100%. So let's look at more questions here. And then let me see the context for Just Patrick. So he says, let's see where, so make sure, blah, blah, blah. So can we have a plugin to reply to email fields? I mean, for example, I have a collection for user submitted ideas. It has an idea and the submitted email. It would be nice if you could reply on Strapi right away. And I don't think we have a plugin like that available, but if that's something that a functionality you want, that is something you can do via plugin. And that is the cool part about plugins. And this is why I encourage everybody. I suck at plugin development. I'm going to be straight up telling you, but I've working on my third plugin. I didn't release them yet because I want to make sure that they work correctly before releasing. It's really fun. You get to learn cool things about Strapi, and it's just a cool thing to do. So don't be shy. Get into plugin development, and maybe this could be a plugin that you make, which will be pretty awesome. And then, what is your favorite plugin that's not so well known? There's a bunch, and one plugin, I don't remember the exact name. So let me go to Strapi Marketplace, but it's the plugin that Daedalus created. Derek, if what's the name? Man, you ask really good questions. But what it does, it flattens the response, the API response. Yeah. So there's REST cache. Yep. Config sync. It's a really awesome one. Yeah. And I was referring to Transformer. So Derek got me covered. There's exactly like the plugins I was thinking. Config sync is a good one because it allows you to sync your configuration across different Strapi instances easily. Made by our community member. Really amazing plugin. So that is a good one. Then the next one, REST cache. If anybody wants to have an easy way to include caching in your Strapi application, that's another good one. And then, of course, yes, I was talking about the Transformer plugin. To me, right now, I'm fine with the API response that we get from Strapi. And what I've been doing for a lot of my applications, if I do need to change the response, I'll have like a function on the front end that will do whatever I need it to do. And if you're unaware, we have the nested ID attributes data, ID attributes data. And if you just don't like it for some reason, I know there's been a lot of discussion about it. For the time being, you can use the Transformer plugin that Daedalus has created that will flatten that response into something that might be more familiar if you're coming from V3. And we are in the process of rethinking that approach and seeing if there's going to be something in SDK or something that we're going to change in V5. But I want to throw that out. And let's see, Derek's responding. I don't think I've seen that idea yet, but good idea. Can you submit that in feedback Strapi? And that's another thing. Yeah. Any ideas or things you want to see that we don't have, feedback.strapi.io is the place for you to go and submit stuff and share with us your ideas. And lots of questions. Yes, is there a stage environment including Strapi Cloud? If not, what's the best approach there? And that is another great question. And so at the moment, there is no concept of staging. It's just your deployed application. And because we release cloud literally today, so we love to hear such comments like you're presenting, Alexander. And we want to take all those things into consideration. So keep those comments going. And the best place to share those with us is join our Discord. Stop in. We do have a cloud channel there. You could put stuff in there, but even better, you could talk to us live Monday through Friday during our open office hours, 12:30 CST time. And what about dashboard UI customization for better branding? I understand there's a design system, but it would be nice to customize the dashboard some more. And again, those are, and I'm assuming you speaking in terms of your Strapi application, not so much the cloud dashboard. Please clarify in terms of your Strapi application. Yes, we do have some options that you could customize a lot. There's also places where you could add additional fields through like drop zones, but it's not what people, it's not like you could customize everything. So one solution that if you wanted to customize things, one approach that you could do if you really need to add certain functionality is you could use patch package to override the admin to fit your needs. And I would only suggest that after you use all the available customization options that come out of the box. And Pablo's saying, hello, I know we're here at the end of the stream, but please rewatch the stream. I think it was a really fun one. Cameron shared some cool stuff. And just finish up the conversation here. And then Derek responded, we are even talking about moving the admin over to Next.js, which will really unlock a lot more customization. Not confirmed yet, but we're thinking about. So this is like a good kind of like finishing thought here. Listen, thank you all for adding suggestions, and we love to hear from you. So if you have a bunch of ideas and you sometimes just only like mention them on, on the community call like you're doing now, please give us feedback. You could give us feedback on Discord or go to feedback.strapi.io and give all the feedback. Go give us all ideas so we could upload and download, because we do have limited resource and we want to pick the most requested communities. And this is exactly why we love our community, because of all the awesome engagement and all the suggestions. And we love that from you. And we're doing our best. Our team is limited, and, we have like around 80 people at Strapi working now, and we want to make this the best thing we can. And if, like I said, the best place with suggestion ideas, please share them on feedback through strapi.io. That is the best way to make sure that we have a record of your ideas and we could start the process moving forward. And with that being said, I want to most of all thank all of you who joined this, I'm going to say, amazing stream. Hopefully it was amazing. Thumbs it up. It was amazing. If you have to, for whatever reason, I can't stop you. And if you haven't subscribed to YouTube channel here at Strapi, go ahead. We do make some cool stuff. And Alexander says, thank you. I want to say thank you and all the community and everybody involved. We really appreciate you. Of course, thanking the Strapi team, thanking Derek for being here to answer all the hard questions for sure. I'm trying to be like 5% of what Derek is. I'm like at 0.1%, but Derek, props. I can't give him enough shout outs. And then thank you, Cameron, for joining us. Really amazing work you're doing. And what I love about you, Cameron, is that you're not afraid to tell us what we need to hear at Strapi. And I think this is why we have the community, because at the end of the day, that leads to better product and experience for everyone. And Gianfranco says, anyway, great work and really interesting solution, talking about the conversation and previews that we have. We have Simon saying hello and saying, hey, thanks, Derek. And then Derek saying, Nana, you're more than that, Paul. I appreciate it. Thank you. And I guess I'll take all the compliments now. If you want to compliment me to make my head bigger, we love you, Paul. Yay. Oh, thank you, Cameron, for awesome work. Yes, Derek, I agree with your sentiment. Cameron does amazing work, as Boogie and Delos and other members in our community. And so with that being said, thank you so much. We'll catch you in the next community call, or go sign up on Discord, jump on Discord and be part of the conversation. Monday through Friday, open office hour. I'm not gonna lie, it's like a mini party. Like, I probably shouldn't say that too loud, but it's a good, fun time. So join us there as well. Just let's keep the party part down a little bit. I don't want people to think like that's all I do in the community call is just party, but join in and jump in. So with that being said, thanks everyone. Have a good day, evening, and afternoon from Derek and from me and Cameron. And Cameron, thank you so much for joining us. It was really, really awesome.
Yeah.
Bye, everyone.